Imagine a car manufacturer sends people to your house to break your car that you bought officially because you modified the seat or the steering wheel. That's what Nintendo essentially is doing by announcing that they have the right to break your Switch if you modify it or do anything they don't like. This is beyond ridiculous. Apple is losing in court for their anti consumer practices. Nintendo should be hit with a lawsuit and sanctions. Enough is enough. I know Nintendo fans don't like to hear it, and I'm myself a fan of Nintendo, but there's a point where you must speak up. And I know that almost every company is anti-consumer, but Nintendo and Apple are at the top of the pyramid now. Nintendo does not have the right to do anything once you get your Switch. You buy it legally. This is yours to do what you want to do. Modify it, have homebrew software running. Yes, they have the right to protect their online play, whatever. That's their online play. But breaking your console because you modified it, that's not their right. Louis Rossmann has amazing videos on this topic, not Nintendo, but the right to repair in Apple. They essentially been doing the same thing, and Nintendo thinks they now can do the same with no repercussion. They've been anti-consumers for ages. There are many examples. They sued old person, wanted him to pay 14 million or something. They're basically like goons, working like a mafia, pretending like they're untouchable, they're the best gaming system, they're the best company in the world, everybody should bow to them and accept whatever they say. No. Like Apple, which is anti-consumer, they should also be hit with sanctions and put in their place and be stopped. And I know that a lot of Nintendo fanboys will do what they say, but there is a point where companies cannot cross. Once you have a product in your hand, it is yours to do what you want. That's been the case for ages. Nintendo and Apple and any other company should and never be able to have this right taken away. No matter what they say, what their term of service, this law applies to them and every company. Just because Nintendo said something, it should not be it. You have the right to modify your hardware and own your hardware like normal humans, like normal society. Suddenly companies think that they can control the individual, what they own and don't own. And if this flies, it will be more and more. They will increase and increase and does more anti-consumer and more. That's why we should have protection acts like Louis Rossmann is fighting. Thank you. You have the right to repair your system and right to modify it. This is your system. If you pay money for something, you own it. If paying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. End of story. I don't care what Nintendo fanboys, Apple, any other company says. That's basic human right, I want to say. Yes, I sound dramatic, but that's the case. I'm tired of companies like Nintendo saying and doing whatever they want, like they're basically the gods of gaming, the greatest company ever, and everybody should bow down to them. I'm sorry, and this is coming from Nintendo fan. I like Nintendo, and I'm actually the biggest Sega fan. I used to when Sega was Sega. Sega, unlike Nintendo, was much more consumer oriented, consumer friendly, did what consumer want, and were actually friendly with consumers. Unlike Nintendo, now on their high horse thinking that they can command gaming and do whatever they want. And I'm not against company wants to protect their property and their corporate rights, but there is a limit on what they can do. Like I said again, once you have the hardware in your hand, this is yours to modify and do what you want. If I buy the hardware and don't own it and don't have the right to it, then I'm not buying, I'm actually renting. And this is a new concept like that Apple and Nintendo think they can pioneer and apply to everybody. I'm sorry, no. They should be put into their place, and consumer should be the king always. Consumer on top. Without consumer, Nintendo is nothing. Without consumer, Apple is nothing. They think that we need them when in reality they need us. Because they got so used to having fans and people giving them money, they think that we should worship them and agree whatever they say. Once again, they should be hit with sanctions and put into their place. I'm tired of companies abusing its consumers because they are fans. If I'm a fan of you, you should respect me and respect my rights. And once again, I'm not saying I want to hack their system and steal their games. Everybody should be able to protect their property. But we're not talking about that. And that's the strawman that those companies are trying to portray. Oh, those people are horrible. They want to steal our games and stuff. We need to stop them and do all those extreme draconian stuff. That's a strawman everybody sees. Just wanted to make a quick video. I know a lot of people made similar videos, my own take and rant, if you can say. I'm sick and tired of companies treating their consumers that made them like garbage. Anyway, let me know in the comment section what you think, and I'll talk to you in my next video.